Right.
Okay.
Recording started.
Okay.
Now you can see recorded file after closing meeting in my documents folder. Okay.
My documents. Okay, that's fine. Thanks.
Because I want to avoid like I'm recording session. After that I have to give it on Skype. You have to download it. It is time waste. Right.
Okay, yeah, we can download ourselves. It saves your time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No need to download. File will be created in your laptop only in my documents folder.
Okay. Suresh,
Right.
you know
Yeah.
the video you gave me, I think there's a problem in my video. It's running very slowly. It's breaking up. So do I need to install,
Okay.
new software?
No need. No need. We'll check it. Okay.
Okay.
We'll check it. Right. So what we discussed in the last session, Imran,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think we discussed up to Management Studio,
yeah. DBMS, RDBMS, and then software and hardware requirements and all that.
editions,
Yeah, additions and
and I think we discussed about
how to set the path.
uh, what is the database server name, what is Management Studio. Up to that we discussed, right?
Yeah.
Fine. Coming to next case. Today we are going to discuss about databases, right?
Right.
Actually, in SQL Server, we have two types of databases, system databases and user databases, right?
Mm-hmm.
System databases are a part of SQL Server software. If you install SQL Server software, then automatically system databases will be installed in our machine, okay?
That's fine. Yeah.
That means no need to create system databases explicitly, right, Imran?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay. So coming to next scenario, first system database is master database. Question is, what is the purpose of master database? See,
Mm-hmm.
master database contains metadata of the server. So
Right.
metadata means what? For example, you are a DBA, you are connecting to SQL server. After that, you are performing operations in SQL server, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now what happens, your operation related information will be generated in the server, right?
Mm-hmm.
That information is going to store in a master database, right?
Okay.
So master database is really important to us, okay?
Yes.
And one more important point, Imran, if your master database is corrupted, then you cannot connect to any, even you cannot start your server also. You cannot connect to management studio, right?
Right.
So master database is really important to us, okay?
Yeah, I understand
So
you.
coming to next scenario, model database. See, model database, it is like a template. That means whenever you are creating a new database, you'll get cylinder structure. Am I right or not?
Sorry, whenever I get
So whenever we are creating new database, we'll get a cylinder structure, right?
cylinder structure. Okay.
So who is giving that structure? Because at the time of database creation, we are not defining any structure, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
So coming to next scenario, that structure, that structure will be provided by model database, right?
Mm-hmm.
See, whenever we are going to create new database, structure will be provided by model. That means if model database is not working properly, we cannot create new user database. Is it clear? Right?
Yeah, that's right.
Coming to next scenario, MSDB. MSDB contains jobs, schedules, and alerts. See, what is schedule? For example, there is a database. We want to take backup from the database for every 1 hour, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can you do this task manually? No, right? Because if you want to do this task manually, you are missing time, no doubt at all. Without missing single millisecond, you have to execute backup for every 1 hour. Can you do it manually? No, right?
Yeah, it's gonna take a lot of time.
Right. So what we need to do, we have to schedule this task for every 1 hour, right? So now whatever the task we are going to schedule in SQL Server, that task is known as a job, J-O-B. In the same way, database environment, we are going to generate a lot of alerts, right? Alerts means what? Messages. We are going to send messages to team members. Now, whatever the schedules, jobs, and alerts we are creating in SQL Server, they are going to store in MSDB. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
right. After that, TempDB. See, TempDB, it contains temporary results and temporary objects and intermediate result sets. See, as a part of database development, SQL Server developers are going to create temporary tables and all. In the same way, when we are performing operations, when we are executing commands, some intermediate result sets will be created. They're all going to store in TempDB only. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
right.
That's right.
In the same way, MS resources. MS resources database provides functionality to other databases. For example, when you are creating new database, for that structure will be provided by model and the functionality will be provided by MS resources, right? But one thing is important, Imran, MS resources is a hidden database. We cannot see MS resources database in management studio,
Mm-hmm.
but we can see master model MSDB and TempDB, okay, right?
Right.
So these are known as system databases. Of course, we are not directly working with system databases, but indirectly we are always working with the system databases, right, Imran?
Right.
Coming to next scenario, now we need to discuss about user databases. User databases, for example, this is my, 1 second. For example, this is my database server. In this server, I'm going to create a new database like this. Okay,
Mm.
right. So now for this database, we are going to create we are going to get two types of files, data file and log file. But remember one thing, this database is there in server machine. Machine means hard disk will be there. Am I right or not? But we are not going to store our database data file and log file in server machine hard disk. Because if server fails, we are losing database. In the same way we are going to lose database files also. Now we are going to take a separate hard disk like this, and we are going to store our database data file and log file in this hard disk, right?
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
So coming to next scenario, first file is a data file. For data file extension is .mdf. MDF stands for master data file. In the same way, physical data stores in this master data file. Of course, it also contains LDF, log data file. So log file extension is .ldf. LDF stands for log data file, and information level data stores in this log file. Clear?
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Now your question is, in this database, what is physical data and what is information level data? That is what your question, right? Okay.
Okay.
So just assume that we have created a new database. For that database, we got a data file and log file. After that, assume you have created a new table. Of course, we are not going to create tables in the databases. Generally, tables will be created by development team, right? And now we are going to insert data into a table. For that, we have to write a command like. So generally, after writing command, we go for execution. After execution, it generates one row of the data. Clear?
Mm-hmm.
Right, Imran?
Yes.
So whatever the row generated by the execution of insert command, that is called physical data. That physical data always goes to data file. Whatever the command we are executing, that command is known as information level data that goes to log file. Okay, right?
Okay.
So coming to next scenario, this row goes to data file, and this information goes to log file. In the
Fine.
same way, in SQL Server, if you want to complete any task, you have to write and execute a command or a program, right? After execution of the commands or programs, some physical data will be generated like row in this example, right?
Hmm.
That physical data always stores in data file, and whatever the commands and programs we are executing, that and all goes to log
Log
file.
file.
Is this
So
clear?
yeah, but you know these commands, it does not save in the log file, while this table will be saved in data file.
Sorry, can you please repeat again?
You know this physical data, like you created a table, it will be saved in the
Yes.
data file. Yes.
Right.
But this command, well, is just an information. It won't be saved in the log file.
No, it is going to store in log file permanently.
Okay.
Everything is permanent,
Right.
right?
Because this is information. The command you're writing is information, so it will also be saved in the log file.
Right, permanently,
Okay.
no doubt. Okay,
Okay.
fine. So coming to next scenario, see now next step. For example, here we stored the data file and log file in hard disk, right?
Right.
Now users are inserting data, so that what happens, automatically log file, data file, day by day will be filled with the data. Am I right or not, Imran?
Right.
See, assume that you are working with a database, you got a data file, log file, you store them in somewhere in the disk.
Hmm.
Now, less space is available in data file hard disk, right?
Right.
Less amount of space is available in data file hard disk, right, Kamran?
Yes.
But you are expecting more data from the client,
Right.
right? Okay,
Right.
what to do? Because see, if that data file disk is completely filled with the data, then we are going to face a lot of issues, no doubt at all. Right.
That's right, yes. So we need more
Okay.
space.
We need more space, but space is not available in this disk, right?
Okay,
In that case, we are going to add one more disk to your database, right?
right,
Okay,
right.
and you can store remaining data in this disk. But scenario is, Imran, in this disk you have data file so that you can store data. Coming to this disk, there is no file. How can you store data? Tell me, without file.
Hmm.
Am I right or not?
Yeah.
It's not possible. That's why we have to add another data file. But if you are adding another data file, for that you will be getting extension as .ndf. It stands for next data file. Clear?
Okay. Next data
So that
file.
means along with the database creation, we are going to get a data file. We will get extension as .mdf, master data file.
So,
You can add any number of data files to.
can you
Yeah,
repeat the last
tell
part
me.
again? Because the voice
No, we'll
broke up.
discuss log file later. Log file later.
No, no, no. Last sentence you just said.
No, whatever the, for example, we are creating new database. At the time of database creation, whatever the data file we are getting,
Hmm.
right? For that data file, we'll get extension as .mdf, master data file, right?
Right.
After that, if you're adding more data files, that means if you're adding one more data file, for that you'll be getting extension as .ndf, next data file.
Next data file.
Okay.
Okay.
Suppose you are adding, after creation of the database, you are adding 10 new data files. For
Mm-hmm.
10 new data files, 10 you'll be getting extension as next data file only. Here,
Clear.
right? So coming to next scenario, assume that you are facing space issue in log file, so that you can add one more disk and you can create one more log file in this disk. But this time you'll be getting extension as .ldf only. Extension will not be changed. Okay,
Right. Okay.
right? So that is what log file. So now my question is, for example, we are working with a database, and this database contains some data, and assume that we stored some data in master data file and some data in next data file. Clear?
Mm-hmm.
Assume that half of the data stored in master data file and half of the data stored in next data
Next
file.
data file.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
So now scenario is, that means you are going to store half of the data in one disk and half of the data in one disk. Now I want to retrieve entire data from the database. That means I have to retrieve half of the data from this disk, remaining half of the data from this disk. Am I right or not?
Yes. Right.
So is it time taking process or not?
Yeah.
It
It
is
is
time
time
taking
taking.
process.
Yes.
No doubt at all.
That's right.
So time taking process means automatically performance will be minimized, right, Imran?
Mm-hmm.
Speed will be minimized, right?
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
So then how we are going to overcome this issue? See, along with the database creation, we are getting data file and log file. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I'm accepting. In the same way, along with the database creation, we are going to get a file group, primary file group, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
See, now primary file group, it contains two types of files. Number one, primary file. In a primary file group, primary file is always single. That is nothing but .mdf. In the same way, primary file group also contains secondary files. Secondary files are multiple. You can go for any number of secondary files. They are nothing but NDFs. Here, remember.
Mm-hmm.
See, you are creating master data file, next data file in different hard disks physically, but logically both are there in the same primary file group, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now primary file group makes them as a single file so that we are not going to face any space kind of issues. Here,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
So these are the things we need to remember from here. Let's go to practical part. Let's connect to Management Studio. In Management Studio, let me connect to Management Studio, okay?
Okay.
Right. So go to databases, take right click and select new database. Right in front.
Mm-hmm.
In this window, provide our database name. For example, SureshDB1. See that for this, we are getting two files. One is data file and one is log file. Right.
Mm.
Data file is a part of primary file group. Coming to log file, not applicable. Am I right or not?
Mm-hmm.
Just click on OK button. Database will be created. Right. See that database created. Now, take right click on this database and go to properties. Here, go to this and just scroll it. See that what is the extension of the data file? Master data file. What is the extension of the log file? Log data file. Is
Log
it
data.
clear?
Yes.
But scenario is, Imran, I want to create one more data file for database. Right.
Right.
Database already created. Database contains a data file, master data file. But I need one more data file. How to create it? See, for that, I can do like this. Click on add button. Here we'll get a new file, provide file name. And now you can make it as data file or log file. See, if it is data file, it is a part of primary file group. If it is log file, it is not a part of any file group. Please check it. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm adding it as a data file only. Right in front.
Right.
Just click on OK button. Now new file will be added. Again, go to properties of the database. Go to this. Just scroll it. See that what is the extension of the file? .ndf. Am I right or not?
Yes.
So if you are adding one more data file again, what happens? You'll be getting extension as .ndf only, no doubt at all.
Yeah.
Right?
All the rest of the data will be .ndf.
Sorry. Can you repeat?
Now, the more file you create, so
Ah, ah,
all the extension will
right.
be NDF. If it's the like,
NDF only.
if it will be like, what do you call, log file.
Log file, then same LDF.
Yeah.
So then go to file groups. See that we have only primary file group, and this primary file group contains two files. What are those two files? Tell me. Master data file and next data file. Right in front.
Right.
Two files. So this is the way of creating new database. If you want to delete this database, go to right click, go to delete. Okay. See that now database deleted from this server. So these are the things we need to remember from database creation. Right in that.
Right.
So next step is creating backups. How to take backups, how to create backup devices, that and that. Right?
Right.
So that is a different scenario. Just go through yesterday's video and this video for today. In tomorrow's class, I'll start with that. I'll go for backups because some confusion will be there, Imran. And one more important point I want to tell you: 70% of the DBA depends upon backup restore concept only, no doubt at all. Okay.
So
So if
back,
you are perfect in backup, then only you can learn DB. Otherwise, you cannot learn DBA course, right?
right,
So in fresh session tomorrow, I will go for backups concept, right?
right.
So let's do that. And coming to next scenario, yesterday I forwarded details to your mail ID, Imran.
Yeah, I'll do it on the weekends because uh, tomorrow is Friday. Because I leave work now and then I come in the morning time. So I'll do it tomorrow or or probably Saturday. So if any problem,
Right?
then I'll let you know.
Okay,
Okay,
okay.
Suresh, one thing I wanted to ask, 'cause I've got some confusion about the database. You know, we use software to retrieve data like MS SQL Server, Oracle, Sybase. So, you know, the relational database, the data is already stored in your computer, and for retrieving the data, you use this software. Is it true? Because we
No,
use
no, no, not stored in the computer. First, we have to create, we have to install databases. That means database softwares. After that, we have to create databases. Then we have to store data in the database only, not in the computer. Right?
okay. So we store.
Database will be there in the computer.
Yeah, but we store data in software, not in the hard disk.
Hard disk we are storing, but how we are storing in hard disk? We are going to use uh, database files, right? Hello.
Hmm.
Right? Clear?
Okay.
Hello.
Hello. Yes.
Imran,
Yes.
in hard disk, we are creating database files. Then we are going to store data in database files, right, Imran?
Yes. That's right. Yeah. And
That
then
means you are
we.
not directly storing data in hard disk,
Hmm. So for retrieving
right?
the data, we use softwares.
Right, right.
Okay.
SQL Server at all.
Right.
Okay,
Okay. Okay. And also,
okay.
can can we change the time of the day tomorrow? Class tomorrow? Can we do
What time tomorrow?
like earlier than 1:30?
1:30 means what will be time in India?
No, no, no.
No, no. Earlier what time?
Uh,
Earlier means
12:30 here.
uh,
Like
no, no, no. What time? You please tell me your time.
6 o'clock IST time.
6 o'clock IST. I have another class.
Okay, and
Um, can we do it one thing? Can we start it by around 4:45 India time? Or
four,
5 o'clock India time? 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock India time. So it will
Right.
be here 11:30.
Around 11:30. 5 o'clock means not 11:30. 10:30. Right, right. 11:30 only.
11:30. Okay.
Is it okay?
11:30 tomorrow. Okay, that's fine.
We'll do that. Tomorrow we'll go for at 11:30 our time. Okay.
And how about the installation?
Saturday I'll take care of installation. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
Okay, na?
Yeah, and let me show you one thing. If can I share my Skype if you don't mind? Because the video we played yesterday is not working.
Okay, I'll do one thing, Imran. You'll be online on Skype, right? So I'll check it. That is there in my laptop. First, I'll play it in my laptop.
No, no,
Then
it's
we.
working. It's working on other devices, but it's only problem in my device. It's in my
No,
laptop.
that means how you are like install real player, then it will be working.
Real player. Okay.
Real player. Okay.
Okay, I'll try.
Okay then. Bye.
Okay, take care.